I'm gonna hold your hand when I tell you this. Soldiers, stop renting. And I know before you go in my comment section, let me tell you why. I want you to use your BA to acquire equity, to acquire wealth, to acquire properties. And let me explain how and why. Now, if you haven't checked out my previous video, check this one out here. It's for veterans, don't have to be active duty veterans, how to use their VA loan to acquire wealth, and how veterans are building $1 million portfolios that they're able to leverage as they retire or just different, whatever situation in life. And so this is a continuation of that. Your BAH is your housing allowance. And so you're going to use that on something. Why not use it on something that can pay itself forward down the line? That is something that is going to pay for your kids, that's going to pay you, that's acquiring equity, that is a true asset for you. So I'm going to give you a real life example of how you're able to utilize your BAH to pay for your mortgage, real life numbers, and we're just going to discuss it. And if it's something that you're interested in, make sure you comment down below, connect with me. If you don't know who I am and you're new to my channel, I am Brina Gordon, your favorite Central Texas realtor. My job is to ensure you have all the tools and information that you need to make an informed decision, starting with how to use your BAH to cover your mortgage. So let's jump into this example. We're going to use a real life active property. This is located right in Killeen, and this is a pretty standard home. So this is a 2-story, 4-bedroom, 2 home. The BH that we're going to be using an example is going to be between an E6, E7 with dependents. So this is a very common area that we see, or common range that we see. And so your BH is going to be between 18, 19 and some change. So I kind of just left some variables there, and I'm going to show you what a real life mortgage payment looks like. Now this home is priced at $265, so you can go higher, you can go lower. You've got some flexibility with it, and that flexibility gives you power to make informed decisions and whatever is best for you and your family at that time. So this home is priced at $265. Like I said, it's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, very common area, easy access to Fort Cavazos or Fort Hood. So I'm not giving you anything that's way out of the way. Like, I found this home 69 miles away. That's a great price. This is right here in Killeen, a very popular area, so something very realistic. So I'm going to use the Zillow little payment calculator here because a lot of times people are already utilizing this, so it's very easy for people to go check it themselves and see what I'm talking about. The biggest thing with the Zillow calculator is you want to make sure you are removing your down payment. A lot of times, actually I'm not gonna say a lot, all the time, when you're looking at that little payment estimate that's up at the top, and this is something I've gone over with clients numerous times, that is with a pretty hefty down payment. So your VA, you don't have a down payment, so that's kind of good and bad because you don't have it, which is a great benefit, but at the same time, the payment that is usually advertised is unfortunately a good bit off. So we're going to drop down and actually go in and recalculate this payment. We are going to remove the PMI because now you don't have PMI, which is mortgage insurance, because you are utilizing your VA loan. Huge benefit right there. You can see you've already saved a couple $100. I am going to adjust the property taxes because for some reason it's always lower in Zillow. And so again, that's why it's always great to have a real estate professional, because we can let you know. I don't know where they get these tax numbers from, but they're always low for some reason. But it's closer to 1.9 or 2%. Always, if we can, give yourself a little buffer so you're over prepared versus under prepared. I'm going to leave the insurance there because that is dependent upon which company you go with, and sometimes you can bundle and save some money, but typically it's a little bit higher than that as well. So sometimes Zillow, I don't know where they're funneling numbers from, but anyway, so this is going to give us roughly a $2,000 payment, a little bit over. You can adjust some numbers potentially. Now, I know people like, well, can I offer them less? That's a whole different conversation. We're just going to use the numbers that are currently being present, and negotiating is kind of a different conversation that we can discuss because there's a lot of different variables on that. But as you can see, this is a $2,000 payment, $2,076. Now, this is a little bit higher than our range, but if your BH is sitting at 1,900, 19 and some change, 1,800, 18 and some change, this is a pretty reasonable little addition. You can throw in a couple $100 more or less than that, and you've got your family a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom home right here in the heart of Killeen. Well, newer other side of Killeen. The heart of Killeen may be considered downtown, but this is a 30-year fixed loan. This is using your VA loan. This is a real property, so I'm not giving you anything AI or figment of imagination. These are real numbers, real concrete numbers, so it gives you very realistic expectations of our current market, and it's considered a buyer's market, so maybe we're able to negotiate some closing costs, and if there's a refrigerator or something like that, now that is case by case, so disclaimer on that too.
Hey, if you're thinking of relocating to the Fort Cavazos area, I have just the thing for you. My team and I have actually taken the time to create the ultimate relocation guide, which is meant to save you hours of research, and I have it linked right down below. The best part is there's no obligation to this, and it's going to come with everything from the top employers to the best schools and a boatload of other information everything that you need to make the best decision. Again, no obligation. So make sure you click the link below. It also will be pinned, and I hope that it helps.
But again, it's giving you some realistic options. Now, when you're doing this, now you're not worried about getting a random notice one Tuesday. You're home from work, and you've got a notice or email that, hey, the owner wants to sell her property. Here's your 60-day notice, or your remainder, whatever is left on your rent or on your lease or something like that. Now you're kind of concerned with how are the new owners, how's the property management, blah blah blah. Are the owners going to increase the rental rate next year? It's gone up. So it does kind of control your spending. Now you still have some other things more like homeowners insurance and property taxes, but you can file for your homestead. You can always shop around for homeowners insurance versus trying to necessarily move your family because the owner decide to sell, or they're jumping up in rental rates or something. So it gives you a little bit more power over your everyday expenses as far as what you're paying for a home, and you're going to use that towards something anyway. So why not towards something that's going to be a benefit for you and your family down the line? And so this is why, to me, buying a lot of time it makes more sense. Now, there are cases where it doesn't make sense. You're going to be here 6 months, a year. You don't want to go through all that. Totally get it. You can definitely rent. There's plenty of options. There's plenty of great apartments. But for those that are interested, but maybe not sure how to do it, but kind of questioning it, like, what can I get? These are just great little examples to provide and reasons if it's something that you've been kind of pondering over for a while.
All right, now for the question of the day. What is the first thing you look for in a new city? Is it a coffee shop or your favorite store? I really want to know, so make sure you comment down below, or better yet, shoot me a text, email, or even give me a call. All my information is going to pop up here on the screen. So again, what is the first thing you look for in a new city?
So you own this, that's in your name. This is an asset now. This is something that can beat out inflation. While everything is going crazy, you've got a tangible asset now that is acquiring equity. And that's something, again, outside of whatever other savings, whatever other investing that you're doing, you've got a tangible asset right now. Not dependent upon the stock market. If some CEO does something crazy, or if we're printing excess money or something like that, you've got a brick and mortar asset. And so I think that's why it's a great option. It's something you're going to spend anyway. It's something that, I don't know why it does that. Something you're going to spend anyway. It's something that you and your family can enjoy. And it's something that you can really be able to pivot and use as leverage down the line. So there's different ways that you can go about kind of using it as far as an exit strategy. So I'm just kind of giving you a real example, and kind of just showcase as a active duty member how you're able to utilize that for your benefit.
Hey guys, as much as I love making these videos, there's one thing that I absolutely love more, and that's helping families from all over the U.S. make the move here to the Fort Cavazos and surrounding area. I've helped countless families move here, so whether you're coming out next week, next month, or even next year, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. My contact information is going to be right here down below in case you missed the pop-up screen. And I look forward to helping you and your family move to our beautiful area.
And so if you have any questions, make sure you drop them down below. If you're interested and you want to get your journey started, all my contact information will be on the screen here or down below. Make sure you check out my relocation guide. And I've got plenty of other resources. So I've got buyer's guides, new construction guides. I try to provide you guys with so much information. So at the end of the day, whatever choice you make, you feel confident in. As always, I'm Brina Gordon, and I'll see you guys next time.